Hello, welcome back to another installment of my CD collection. This is part 16. Without further ado, let's get on with it. So here we go. First up, we have George Ezra with Wanted on Voyage, released in 2014. This is his debut album. For those who don't know, George Ezra, he's an English British singer. From obviously the United Kingdom. This album has about 6 singles, which are Budapest, Casio, Blame It On Me, Barcelona, and Listen to the Man, and Did You Hear the Rain? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there are no features off the album. It's just him doing his thing. Top songs on here for me were Blame It On Me, Budapest, Casio, Barcelona, Listen to the Man, Did You Hear the Rain, Leaving It Up to You. No, Did You Hear the Rain was one of the worst ones, actually. Leaving It Up to You, Drawing Board, Stand By Your Gun, and Spectacular Rival. This is actually the deluxe edition, with 4 extra bonus tracks, which are Song 6, It's Just My Skin, Da Vinci, Riot Police, and Blind Man in Amsterdam. Which are, I'm blanking out about Song 6, but the rest of the deluxe tracks are good. But yeah, very, very dope album. George Ezra with Wanted on Voyage, released in 2014. Very dope album. Next up is Ice Cube with his debut album, America's Most Wanted, released in 1990. This was the debut album from Cube after he split with NWA a year prior. Top songs on here for me would be The End You Love to Hate, America's Most Wanted, Once Upon a Time in the Projects, A Gangster's Fairy Tale, the sequel of which was on his 3rd album, The Predator, which will be shown in another video. Features off here are Chuck D and Flavor Flav, and Yo-Yo. And also The Drive-By, Rollin' with the Mob, The Bomb, It's a Man's World. They're all very, very good songs. I would say that the only song that I don't really like is Endangered Species and Turn Off the Radio. But yeah, very, very dope Ice Cube album. America's Most Wanted, released in 1990. Just let me go and change the track. Next album, we got Hobson with No Shame, released in 2017. This album is a very good album. It's my second favorite after Pan Syndrome. Singles off this album were I'm blanking out, so I'm gonna have to cheat. Singles off here are The Purge, Happy Ending, which was a crap song, Witch Doctor, and Ill Mind of Hobson 9. Features off here are Eric Tucker, Joey T, and Michael Speaks. Top songs on here for me were Hotel in Sydney, Right Here, All Your Fault, I Wouldn't Do That, I Must Be On Something, Tell Them Who You Got It From, Panorama City, Ill Mind of Hobson 9, and Marcus's Gospel, and Witch Doctor, which is not on the CD version of the album. It's only a digital track. But yeah, Hobson with No Shame, released in 2017. Very dope album. Next album, we got George Ezra with his latest album, Gold Rush Kid, released in 2022. This is his third album. Again, no features. This is just George doing his thing. The singles off here are Anyone for You, Green Green Grass, Dance All Over Me, and Sweetest Human Being Alive. I Went Hunting was released as a promotional single. It yet again features just George doing his thing. This is a great album, but I just prefer the other two a lot more, as he's only released 3 so far. It's not as good as his other two, but although it is his second shortest, which is really good because I don't really like albums that go on forever. But yeah, top songs on here for me were Green Green Grass, Gold Rush Kid, Don't Give Up, In the Morning, and Sun Went Down. The worst songs were Anyone for You, Fell in Love with the End of the World, Dance All Over Me, and Love Somebody Else. Overall, great album, just not excellent. 7 out of 10. Very dope album. It is a good album, great album, but I prefer the other two. So, Gold Rush Kid by George Ezra, released in 2022. Next album is Hobson again with his third album, Knock Madness, released in 2013. Very dope album. The version of the album that we got was different to his original vision, as his files got corrupted and he lost everything, so he had to rewrite an entire new album. And he's not good with computers either. Just go back and have a look on YouTube of his behind the scenes making of this album, and he does not get along with computers very well. This was supported by 3 singles, which were Old Friend, otherwise known as L Mine 6, which is exactly the same song as Crystal Meth from his first album. It's the exact same song. Hop is Back and Rip Your Heart Out. Features off here are Jaron Benton, Dizzy Wright, Tech 9, Passionate MC, Gmo, Ski or Sky, I've got no idea how you pronounce that. Swizz is on here. And yeah, very dope album. Top songs on here for me were Hop is Back, Who's There, Rip Your Heart Out, I Need Help, Hip Hop Sinister, Old Friend, Jungle Bash, and Caught in the Rain. That last song is a very, very dope album. I even did a remix to that. Worst songs were Good Guys Get Left Behind and I Still Got Love For You. Would love to have heard the original album, but what we got so far is very dope. 8 out of 10, very, very dope album. Hobson with Knock Madness, released in 2013. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums to go. Next album, we have Organised Rhyme by Forte, Kearve, and TKO. This is a collaborative album between the 3 of them, serving as Forte's 11th album, Kearve's 1st, and TKO's 4th. The album is a great mix of tracks. Just wish it was just a one artist album, just so that it would be easier to tell whose album it was without getting mixed up with the numbers 4, 11, 1, etc. But it's a very, very dope album nonetheless. Singles were One Chance, Work Hard, and yeah, those were the singles. Features off here, I do not have the track list on the back, were Mitchos the Menace, Defiant, who also produced it, Nick Orks, Redback, Lily, and Too Furious. Top songs on here for me were One Chance, Work Hard, Fuck a Cunt, Ain't a Soul, Can't Breathe, Back to Back, In This World, and Come Smoke With Me, 420. Not originally released on the album, but was added by me as a bonus track. But yeah, worst songs were On a Chase and Three Amigos. Great summer album. This is a very good album to listen to during the summertime. Very, very dope. 9.5 out of 10. Forte, Kearve, and TKO with Organised Rhyme, released in 2018. Very dope album. Just let me go and change the song. All right. Next album is The Game with Born to Rap, released in 2019. This is his 9th album. it was advertised as his final album until he revived his rap career in 2021, releasing Drillmatic Heart vs. Mind a year later in 2022. Features off here are 21 Savage, Ed Sheeran, Dom Kennedy, Anderson .Paak, Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown, D Smoke J Stone, Just Live, Masco, Marsha Ambrosius, Miguel, Mozzie, Nipsey Hussle, and a hell of a lot more. This album is actually quite confusing because it's got 25 tracks on here, but there's only 9. It's a 2-disc album, but there's only 9 songs on the first disc, and there's about 14 on the or rather 10 songs on the first disc and 14 on the second disc. But for some idiotic reason, as you can see here, it's very, I don't know if it'll focus or not, but track 2 or 3 is $500 Candles. It does not appear on the CD version for some reason. It just doesn't. So that's very confusing. But it's a very, very dope album. Just looking for the singles, which were West Side and Stainless. This album is very dope. My only gripe is that it's way too long. If you're listening to the digital version of it, which I was doing. Top songs on here for me were No Smoke, $500 Candles, The Light, Carmen Electra, Gucci Flip Flops, Born to Rap, Welcome Home, The Code, what else? Stay Down, Hug the Block, Ask for Me, Stainless, Blood Thicker Than Water, and Roadside. Worst songs were Dead Homies, West Side, and 40 Ounce. Great album, just way too many tracks. 8 out of 10. Very dope album. Born to Rap by The Game, released in 2019. Next album we have George Ezra yet again. Now this is all 3 of his albums in one video. With Staying at Tamara's, this is his second album, released in 2018. The album includes the singles Pretty Shining People, Paradise, Shotgun, Don't Matter Now, Hold My Girl, and yeah, those were the singles off here. It's an 11-track album, going in at half an hour. The album is very good for someone who doesn't listen to anything other than rap on the regular, talking about myself. It's very nice and relaxing. The album's only feature is First Aid Kit. Top songs on here for me would be Pretty Shining People, Don't Matter Now, Shotgun, which is the biggest single off here. Get Away, Only Human, and The Beautiful Dream. The worst songs were All My Love, Sugarcoat, and Hold My Girl. Very dope album. George Ezra with Staying at Tamara's, released in 2018. Two more to go after that. Next album is Hoxton with Pound Syndrome, released in 2015. This is a very, very dope album. This is his 4th album, and it's definitely my favorite features off here are Jaron Benton, Dizzy Wright, and Swizz. Singles are Ill Mind of Hobson 7, Crown Me, Fly, and Fort Collins. Top songs on here for me were The Pound, which is the intro to the album, Forever Ill, No Hope, Ramona, Mr. Jones, Fort Collins, Ill Mind 7, FV Till I Die, and No Fucks Given. Worst song was My Love. Could listen to this album all day. Very, very dope album. I just love this thing. Pound Syndrome by Hobson, released in 2015. And to finish off the video, we have Busta Rhymes with Genesis, released in 2001. This is his 5th album. This album is decent, but nothing special. I do like it, but he could have done better on it, I reckon. Singles off here are What It Is, Break Your Neck, As I Come Back, and Past the Kearve Part 2, which I think is something, I think is called something different on the actual album, because I can't find Part 2 listed anywhere. The features off here are Rod Digger, P. Diddy, Give Me Strength, Jaheim, Cocaine, Khalees, who I believe was married to Nas, and the Flip Mode Squad, and Mary J. Blige. Very decent album. The top songs on here for me were Everybody Rise Again, As I Come Back, Shut 'Em Down 2002, Genesis, which is the title track of the album, What We Got, Truck Volume, no, that wasn't it, Break Your Neck, Holla, What It Is, and There's Only One. Worst songs were Past the Kearve, Bounce, Wife-in-Law, Ass on Your Shoulders, Make It Hurt, and You Ain't Fucking With Me. Way too much talk about sex for my liking on this album. 6.8 out of 10. I do like it, but it's But yeah, Busta Rhymes with Genesis, released in 2001. And that's going to do it for the day. Stay well, stay blessed. Look out for more videos, including part 17 of this series.